Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EDUU 625. We are now going to take just a couple of minutes to get ourselves into a framework for moving forward with a little reflection how we got to the point where we are right now. So we're going to focus back in on our FATs. Remember, philosophical stance, how to design curriculum, ability to be an authentic community of practice practitioner, tools, affordances, and strategies. Da, 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 da. So in our first class, EDUU 624, we focused very much on the P, on the philosophical stance. And to that end, think for a moment about everything that you did. And yes, there was an awful lot of information from the book, from the journal articles, from the videos, from the collaborative experiences, from your own exploring, reflecting, and thinking. The goal truly was to empower you to be able to move to the next step, much more application oriented. Now, again, let me clarify. All that we did and explored and studied and thought about and questioned and deconstructed and reconstructed in 624 was not about memorizing content. It was about empowering each one of us to engage in the process of being able to craft a philosophical stance that we then need to take into this next step on our journey. EDUU 625. In this class, we're truly going to be focusing on how to design curriculum based upon the work we did in 624, but it's not, let me clarify, this is not a repeat, for those of you who've already taken it, of EDUU 609, which is the master's level course, the seminar in designing curriculum. This is different. Now, there are absolute parallels, but we're coming at this class from a very different perspective here because we are working with our own, again, FATS, personally constructed philosophical stance. We're going to be focusing a great deal on designing assessment, really recognizing how what we are assessing correlates to what we believe we are doing and teaching and empowering our own students to be able to go out and do in the real world. So, yes, there is a great focus on assessment as it works within the whole of the design process. All right? So, when we say how to design curriculum, especially in this specific class, the affective, behavioral, and cognitive engagement, formative and summative assessments, authentic assessments, active versus passive experiences, defined versus exploratory, the triptych methodology, again focusing on Bloom's taxonomy to ensure that we are truly engaging the whole of our learner, all of his or hers cognitive abilities along with the affective and behavioral. Of course, the 6 facets of understanding. Thank you, Wiggins. Thank you, McTeague. And our absolute drinking gourd, our North Star for everything we do, transferability. So again, focusing in on our FATS as our giant acronym umbrella. We have already begun the process of personally constructing a philosophical stance of what it means to authentically be a 21st century educational practitioner. Now we're getting into a far more directly application-oriented phase. We will then move on to the ability to be an authentic community of practice practitioner in the next class, 628. Not that you won't be experiencing some of that, more than you did. Again, there is a real scaffold here. You got some of that in 624. You'll get more of it in 625, but in 628 is where you'll really be digging in to applying more of the social learning theory. You'll be experiencing it more in 625 than you did in 624, but then in 628 is where it really starts to take shape and come together. Okay, so we've had our P, now we're working on our H. Going forward, it'll be a little more on the A, and of course on the T and on the S. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EDUU 625. As hopefully 624 was, this will be hard fun. Seymour Papert hard fun. Rich, delicious, meaningful. Yes, there'll be times where you stub your toe and skin your knee along the path, but there is no such thing as a clean and easy path to authentically transformational, transferable learning. So, here's to a great journey.